Are you ready to unleash your visual wizardry? Brace yourself, because today I'm introducing you to leonardo.ai, the free text-to-image generator that rivals the quality of Midjourney. You also have a lot more customization options with Leonardo, like the ability to train your own custom models, things like that. But all these options, they can get very overwhelming, but don't worry, because today I'm going to teach you how to unleash the full potential of Leonardo. We're also going to compare some of the images from Leonardo with some of the images that Midjourney generates, so you can see the difference in quality. So before you even start using Leonardo, you have to sign up on their site, leonardo.ai. And what you would do is enter your email. They would whitelist you, and then you can start using the Leonardo platform. Now, when I entered my email, I got that email to get whitelisted, and about a day after, my daughter sent that email, got it almost instantly, and my other daughter got it a few days later. So the time that you're gonna get the email to be whitelisted is a little different. But what you could do if you wanna get whitelisted right away, to start Leonardo right away and not wait for that email, you go to Get Early Access, and what this is gonna do, it's gonna take you to their Discord page, and you're gonna go to this Getting Started channel here. It's gonna ask you to select your language, select whatever language you want, and then it's gonna come down with this prompt here, and it's gonna give you kind of a step-by-step on how you can generate these images. So if you wanna generate these images, you're gonna go to this channel here, Priority Early Access. It's gonna give you a step-by-step guide on what to do. Also some basics here on how to get to Leonardo, but it gives you a step-by-step what you need to do. So you would go to this Priority Early Access channel. From that Getting Started channel, you're gonna go and click on this form, fill out this form, and it should give you early access to Leonardo. If not, if you don't want to do all this stuff, you can just wait for that whitelist email, and then you can sign into your account. When you first log into Leonardo, you're going to be taken to this page here, the home page, where you can see some of these featured models, which we're going to get into in just a little bit. You also have some of the recent creations from the community, which you can just copy some of their prompts, or use some of their prompts and change up a few keywords to make a totally different image. I've experimented with that a little. You also have this tab here next to the home page, where you can see just the community feeds here. You can search for different images here, looking for upscaled images. You can sort by new, a bunch of different options for your sort here. You also have your personal feed, which is one of the major differences that Leonardo has with Midjourney. Midjourney is Discord based, which sometimes can get a little hard to manage your creations when there's a bunch of them and they're kind of disorganized. For this one, you can search for different things. You can go through your gallery and just look at your creations there. Here's a few of the images that I created that switched up a few keywords there. And that is a great thing. Now, the downside of it being a web-based program, I know that I'm having to log into my Leonardo program all the time. So Discord is a little easier there. So that's one of the key differences. I wouldn't say it's a benefit or a downside, but there are benefits and downsides for each of them. Now, you have your own training and data sets. So these are some of the data sets that I've made. I wanted to make a face swap of my face here, and it didn't really work well. Now, this next tab here, you also have your fine-tuned models, and these are the different models that Leonardo's been trained on, or the image generator's been trained on. So you have different platform models like Dreamshaper 6, Dreamshaper 5, Leonardo Diffusion, RPG 4. These are some of the top ones here. Dreamshaper 3.2, Leonardo Select, and Leonardo Creative are probably the ones that I use the most, these 7 here. And then if you want some different images, if you want to create battle axes, they have a data set for just battle axes, pixel art, chest armor, whatever you want. Just go into some of these like isometric fantasies, see if this is the type of image you want to create, because that's the model that the image generator has been trained on. Cute animal characters, you have some of these as well. So if you're looking for a certain style, choose the model that best matches that style. You also have your community models here, and these are models that the community has created. So I've created a few that have been very levels of success. You could also test out the other models community. Now, sometimes you list it here, they'll say what the model's been trained on, sometimes not. So this one says a compilation of comic style female characters only. So as you kind of scroll through these community creations here, you can see a lot of different models that the community's uploaded. There's a lot of interesting ones. So just choose the model that you think best matches what kind of image you're going to create. So that is some of the different models that you could use, some of the different community models that you could search and use some images. If you want to use, let's say, Deliberate 1.1, we can go right in and generate with this model, or you can go to this image generation section and have all of your options. So for this image generation section, you'll see the tab on the side, the number of images that you want to generate. I usually do 4 just because I'm kind of used to 4 from Midjourney, but you could do 2, You can do up to 8. Next thing they have here is this Alchemy. It's a powerful image generator pipeline. What it says is that a 2D image pipeline brings incredibly high fidelity images and coherence to all existing platforms. And it's currently in beta. So if you have the paid version, you could equip this. I'm going to start with these imagers with this unequipped. Now we also have this Prompt Magic, which is another render pipeline, which will give you different images. It should be higher quality, but unfortunately it does cost more credits when you're generating these images. So this is your credits up here. If you're on the free plan, you get 150 every day and it resets, and you could use that for whatever you want, generating images, upscaling images, whatever you want with that. If you're on a paid plan, you have different various amounts of credits that you get. I get 8,500 per month because that's the cheapest plan there. But yeah, you get this and it resets after every time period so often. You also have the option, if you're on the paid plan, to send these images to the public forum so the community can see them, or you can keep them private if you're on the paid plan. These image dimensions, you can choose how big you want your images. I wouldn't go super big with this. Normally what I would do is pick the model and use the image dimensions based on whatever that model was trained on. And then if you need to upscale your images, you can take that into another image upscaler program and upscale your images there. As we further scroll down this sidebar, we have this guidance scale. This is how much Leonardo is going to follow the prompts that you give it. The higher the prompts, the more it's going to follow. The less the prompts, the more creative it's going to be. So you can experiment with this guidance scale as well. ControlNet allows you to upload an image here so that Leonardo could base the image it generates on the image that you upload. And tiling gives you the option to repeat the background and texture. So if you're looking to make like a wallpaper or things like that, this tiling would be great. And last but not least, this is the actual section that you could upload images for Leonardo to base its image creation on. Midjourney has a very similar section there. And in this main section here is where you're gonna actually enter your prompts and choose your models. So for this prompt, let's do a similar prompt, a spaceship in a docking area of a large spacecraft. See what that comes up with. Now, RPG-4 probably wouldn't be the best model for this. It looks like it's more people. Let's use this Dream Shaper model. And if we see the image dimensions here that has been trained on 640 by 832, that is what we want to have for these images here. It matches up. Next, we have the option to use a Leonardo style or not. I've had various success with this, so experiment with this. Sometimes I think the images look better. Sometimes I think they look a little worse. So experiment with this. For this image though, we're gonna not have the Leonardo style on. We also have the option to enter negative prompts. So anything that we don't want to see in the image. Now, if we just want to generate this image, we could go ahead and generate this. But let's say that we are kind of struggling with what kind of image we want to generate. We could generate this prompt here. We could go to a prompt and type in large spaceship or spaceship in a docking area of a large spacecraft. So generate a bunch of ideas, and you can see here it's generating some new ideas for some new prompts to hopefully get some better images here. A sleek silver spaceship glides gracefully in a docking of a massive star-filled spacecraft. A small rusty spacecraft docks in the shadows. So getting some very descriptive words. Let's go generate with this one here. I actually like this better than the original description. So let's go back to this image generation. Let's go to this one. So we're going to use Dream Shaper 6. No Leonardo style, and let's just go with this one and see what it generates. So here are the images. It is a sleek silver spaceship, not really gliding into a docking area of a star-filled spacecraft. I guess this one could be a docking area right here down there that is gliding into. Let's go with a different model and see what kind of image that creates. Let's go with the older model, Dream Shaper 5 with Leonardo style, and let's generate that, and let's see what kind of images the older model of Dream Shaper generates for us. All right, and very similar type of images. So let's up the guidance scale. Now it's recommending not to go too high or too low. It can produce some weird images. So let's bring it in as far up as we can without getting that warning there. Let's go with Dream Shaper 4, a little more control there, and let's go again. Let's go back to Dream Shaper. Let's use a different model just for some experimentation. Dream Shaper 6, these are gonna be a little different. Let's take off the Leonardo style. And let's generate this again. And then we'll go into Midjourney and use the same prompt to generate some more images. So you can kind of see some of the image quality with some of the models in Leonardo and some of the models that Midjourney uses. All right, and I actually like this a little better. I like this model for what we're going for. Leonardo Diffusion seems to work a little better. And yeah, these are larger images. Still is I like the look of the spacecraft, but it's still not gracefully docking into the area of a massive star-filled spacecraft. Let's go use the same prompt in Midjourney. So over on Midjourney, if you want to see the different options you have, the easiest way to do it is just go to your settings here, and you can see the different models. So you have Midjourney 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The latest version is 5.1. We also have raw mode, which gives Midjourney a little less creativity, lets it follow the prompts a little more. Niji version 4 and 5 are a little more for your anime styles. The stylize is how stylized you want it, so how closely it's gonna follow the prompt. Public mode, fast mode, remix mode, and settings. So we're gonna go ahead and use the latest version of Midjourney, Midjourney 5 here, and we're gonna type in imagine, and we're gonna use that same prompt with a sleek spaceship, and let's see what Midjourney generates for us. All right, so still going ahead and generating this image for us, but let's go ahead and enter one more prompt. Now we're gonna use the raw mode here and enter this and see what kind of prompt it gives us. So we're still waiting for that first image to generate. I've entered the same prompt, this time in version 5.1 and version 5.1 raw mode, so we can see the difference between both of these. So this first one here is gonna be the one in the normal mode, not in raw mode, and you see a very nice spaceship. I think the spaceship looks a little better. Still not entering a docking station, but I think the quality looks a little better with 5.1. Let's see what 5.1 raw looks like. So here's that same prompt, still in version 5.1, but this time we stylize it raw. This one actually looks kind of like what we're going for here. Here's a docking station. This is hovering over Earth. I think I like these raw images better. Let's go back and do a few different versions here. Let's go back to version 4, one of the older versions, and let's enter that same prompt and see what it generates for us. And these are the images that we got with version 4. I actually like this top right one and this bottom right one. Let's go ahead and upscale this bottom right one. Let's go with this raw style. I think I want this third image the best. We're gonna upscale this one. And for these, let's go ahead and use this third one here as well. We'll upscale all of them and compare them. Let's actually go back into Leonardo. And just for fun, this creative model is a little more for people image generation. So let's use this spacecraft and see what this model does. And we'll go upscale a few of these images and then do a final comparison. So these are the images that it generated for us. Let's go ahead and upscale a few of these. So we've upscaled this one. Now the way to upscale it, you're gonna click on the image and you have a few different ways to upscale. You have this crisp upscaler, which I usually like the results of. So I usually just use that one. There's a smooth upscaler. So if you want the image a little more smooth, normally I don't like that. This would be the way to do it. You also have this alternate, so it's gonna go a little different. It's not gonna necessarily be better or worse. It's gonna be a little different in the image generation, and then your just basic creative upscaling. So I'm just gonna go with this crisp one. I want the images a little more crisp. Let's go with, as far as these, this is kind of weird. Let's go with this one. This one looks the most interesting. We'll do that just so you can see some of the different styles. We'll go smooth upscaler here, and then last for this one, I think this one actually looks the most interesting. Looks like a space shuttle here. Just so you can see what the creative upscaler would do. This would do the creative upscaler. You have a few other options though that I didn't talk about. Remove background, that also costs some tokens. So if you really like this image but want to switch out the background, you can do that with this button here. You also have the option to up zoom this image. Now, like I said, there are some separate programs that do upscale images using AI. I tend to like those a little better, but you have some of these options here for this creative. And if you want to see what these images look like, the creative upscale image look like this, the original image looks like this. So you can see this one. And if we look at the creative upscaled image, I think it has a little less detail. And what you could do if you really like this, you could take this into a third-party upscaler and, you know, instead of using this, because it seems like we're losing a little detail with this upscale. So let's go take a look at what this one does. The smooth upscaled image is here. And yeah, we lose a little detail with this smooth upscaled image as well. Let's go look at some of these sharp images here. So this is what we did for the sharp one, the crisp upscaled image. And the color's a little different here. I think I do like this one a little better. It reflects the blues a little bit more. And last but not least, let's go take a look at that first one that we did. This is also using that crisp upscaler. I do like this one. And yeah, see the details. The difference is a little better. I don't see the huge differences. So one more cool feature I wanted to show you guys is this AI canvas, and you could access it from here and upload your images. It's a lot like the Photoshop beta that we showed in a previous video. But what we could use is if we go to our personal feed, we can access our photos here. And one thing you could do with your photos, you could actually use the same prompts. You could do image to image, you could do remix, and that is gonna be all the prompts, the same models that the AI used to generate this image is going to be entered, and you could generate your own image with the model. You could also do this for the community image as well. Like I said, I wanted to take you into the canvas. So if you do this, you could have your creative options for upscaling, all your upscale options as well. Your options to download this image as well. But if we want to edit in Canvas, we're going to click on this button here. What we're going to do is we're going to use this tool kind of like what we did with Photoshop. You have the option to use the AI to generate more images, and we can move this square around to generate whatever we want. So let's just extend this image. This is going to cost 4 tokens. Everything we do in Leonardo does cost tokens. So we're going to generate this and see what Leonardo comes up with. Sometimes these creations really match and extend the background. Sometimes they're a little off, but let's see what Leonardo generates right now. All right, and this one, we can see it matched the edge of the spaceship there. We see the space background is matching. Some of these, oh, I'm not sure what the heck that was, but I guess if we entered a prompt, it would have been a little more, and it created this weird thing here. So that is what we could do with this. You could either leave that, we could accept it, or we can paste it somewhere else. So let's actually accept this. And now the image is a little different. So you can continue to play around with this. Lots of cool stuff you could do with this. Extending the image, you could add things to the image. Very similar to what we saw in Photoshop beta. But let's go over back into Discord and see the images, upscaled images that Midjourney generated for us. All right, so this is the first one. This is from our style raw view. And this looks really, really nice. I really like the art, the details. And this is version 4. So you can see this looks like a little less detailed. I would say version 4 is a little more comparable to what you would see with some of these models in Leonardo. But the great thing about Leonardo, it is free. The image quality is very, very good. Maybe not on the level of Midjourney as far as at least the prompts that we entered today, but you got a lot of great quality from Leonardo, and it is free. So how are you going to start using Leonardo, and what kind of images are you going to start to generate first? Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this video, and if you did, don't forget to share this with your fellow AI enthusiasts who crave the cutting edge. And remember to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss another one of our latest videos. And if you want to see how to use Midjourney and Leonardo to swap your own face into the images for free, check out the video above. And remember, at AI Adventures, we don't just embrace the future, we create it. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.